Welcome back to a daily try video where we discuss Flora's magical day and Vincent Luis is back. We've got so much more to discuss. Welcome to the daily try and the Triathlon Weekly News Roundup, Episode 2. We begin in Bermuda for the men's race where it was the last WTCS race of the year before the grand final. The swim started off extremely hot with Vincent Luis leading a group of 9 men onto the bike. 8 managed to stick with him, and they rode hard for 40 kilometers where the chase pack couldn't make up any time into them. In fact, they seemed to be getting further ahead halfway through the race. By T2, they had a gap of 42 seconds on the likes of Alex Yee and Christian Blumenfeld. The Norwegians managed to hold on to that second chase pack, remarkable, coming from 2 Ironman distance world championships recently. In the end, Vincent Luis was far too good, and what a way to mark his comeback. He ran well despite his injury and held off 2 fast-approaching Spanish athletes who actually ran faster than Alex Yee on the day. Alex didn't have a great race, which won't give him great confidence knowing he's got to beat Hayden Wild, who sat out this one in the grand final in Abu Dhabi. And he doesn't just have to beat Hayden, he has to hope somebody comes in second in order to top him on the points. Leo Berger also has an outside chance of winning if the cards fall just right. Onto the women's race, and it was all about Flora Duffy. A hometown race for her, the insane support was some of the best cheering I've ever heard at a short course event outside of the Olympics. At the front of the swim, she put big time into the top contenders like Taylor Knibb and Taylor Spivey. She then led the bike the entire way with only Maya Kingma being able to hold on to her. But when they got to the run, it was quickly Duffy to the front, and she soaked up that home crowd support the entire way to the finish line. Another incredible performance from her at home, and she'll be looking to take that top spot in the overall rankings in Abu Dhabi. Taylor Knibb and Beth Potter had great results as well, and they will be taking that with them to the grand final. Georgia Taylor Brown still holds the top spot for now, but it'll all come down to that final race. You don't want to miss that one. The other races for the weekend, there was 70.3 Mossel Bay where Emma Powell-Brown and Bradley Weiss took the win, and then in Los Cabos, Rachel McBride and Adriana Engelhout were the winners. Jackson Laundry, surprisingly, came 4th there. After 70.3 Worlds, Gustav Eden was extremely quiet, but he finally opened up in an interview to Giant Bicycles. He discussed the race and said how it went poorly from basically the start in the swim, and then how he just couldn't breathe properly as he struggles in the dry, colder air, unlike Kona where he did so well. He knew after he was on the bike and he couldn't keep up with those that he usually keeps up with, that he was going to DNF as soon as he got to T2. However, he wanted to try out his run legs and see how they were doing, but they didn't quite show up either. Either way, it was good to hear from him and good to see him back racing extremely well in Bermuda. Then we come to Sam Long, who also opened up and revealed details about his penalty in his own video on YouTube and in a podcast called How They Train. Basically, he describes what we all saw on camera where he was in an impossible situation, needing to pass everyone, but then was passed by Jackson Laundry and had to drop back. Ironman said that the penalty was for another time, but Sam does not believe that this is the case. The penalty ruined his race and a potential significant amount of earnings. Sam is now working on a document with other pro athletes to present to Ironman in order to create change. Some ideas in this document include having camera footage for the referees and shortening the time penalties. In addition, Sam made it clear that this is a major reason why he doesn't think he'll be racing Kona next year, as there are better options out there nowadays. Either way, it seems as if everyone's supporting Sam through this and that the sentiment is that everyone would like to see Ironman care more for their pros. And then Sam very courageously disclosed that he hadn't been drug tested in the 8 weeks prior to the 70.3 World Championship. This seems like an absurd amount of time for me considering he was one of the top contenders. I think it's awesome that he released this information so we know what's going on in our sport and how it might need to change going forward. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Continuing on the theme of Ironman's wrongdoings, they recently upped the price of their annual pro membership, causing a reaction throughout the community as they all just received an email without any explanation. That seems like an absurd amount of money for a professional athlete who is bringing money to the company to pay. Again, another one that I'd like to hear your comments on. Furthermore, another athlete was struck on an Ironman course while he was leading Ironman Florida. This comes just a week after Ironman 70.3 Worlds, where 2 athletes were struck. This raises a lot of concern as age group athletes are spending upwards of $900 to enter into an Ironman event, and they wonder if they will be kept safe. Okay, on to some good news coming from Israel, where Sachar Sajiv was the first Israeli to compete in Saudi Arabia at the Super League event that we talked about last week. Incredible news and great diplomacy coming from triathlon. And speaking of Israel, we've got the Ironman Middle East Championships being held there, and the start list was just released, which is quite epic. We've got the likes of Sebastian Kienle racing Patrick Lange and much more. We'll see who all shows up to the start line, but this one looks like as good, if not better, than Ironman Arizona. And that's the end of the news. Thank you so much. I went a little over 5 minutes. I'm sorry it's been a while since my last video. Life just got a little bit busy, but if you help support me do this full time, I can make videos every day. I hope the quality just keeps getting better and better as I learn how to edit. If you want to help support, I am on buymeacoffee.com/thedailytry, where you can join for $1 a month. You've got a chance to win a Morton starter pack with the feed. Also, you have the ability to message me privately and suggest videos or how I can be better. So thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Travis, and this is The Daily Try.